What's the future of Wi-Fi? I'm Tonya Hall for ZDNet and Tech Republic, and joining me is Fahri Diner. He is the co-founder and CEO of Plume. Welcome, Fahri.
Thank you. Good to be here, Tonya.
What does Plume do, and why did you co-found the company?
Well, Plume really started with fixing the whole home Wi-Fi problem back in late 2014 and 2015. And in doing so, we realized that there's a lot more beyond fixing Wi-Fi in the home. So we've accelerated our approach from that point on. But we really, our roots have started in Wi-Fi, but it's really expanding beyond that at the moment.
Talk about how you see the needs of the consumer evolving. What is happening to the modern consumer versus where we were, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago?
Wonderful. Yes, back in I would say when the internet was becoming prevalent in our homes, let's say the 80s and 90s, the need of the consumer was around just connectivity. We wanted to be connected. The driver was really productivity. Working from home was kind of the killer application, if you will. Over the last 10 or 15 years, needs of the consumer shifted more to performance. We wanted bigger and faster pipes and broadband coming to our homes. And the driver was really entertainment and social. All these 200 or 300 video channels. Now there's Netflix and all of that. We think that moving forward, let's say the next 10 years plus, the need of the consumer is moving towards personalization. We're moving towards these cross-device experiences, and it's all driven by IoT, these number of smart gadgets that are hitting our homes. While back in the 80s, you had one device to manage. Now, in fact, moving forward, these devices are supposed to be making our lives more comfortable and convenient. So they really need to manage themselves. In fact, manage us in so many ways. So that's really the big shift we're seeing, and that's what we are responding to at Plume by way of the products and technologies we're developing.
Your product seems very different than any other product on the market. What's the story behind the creation of Superpods, and how does routerless home network work?
Right. The Superpod is really an access point. It's a fast, reliable access point. When combined with the Plume Cloud, where a lot of the intelligence comes in, we offer consumers, fast internet all around their home, reliability and consistency, which is very important. And we also wanted to do that in an unobtrusive form factor. As you've probably realized, Plume Superpods are quite small. They're pluggable. We respect people's space. You can sprinkle them around the house to give you really solid and reliable and consistent connectivity.
How do you address LAN and Wi-Fi security? Where is the firewall? Is it in the cloud?
The firewall is really is down at the access point level. We are doing quite a bit by way of security, particularly as it relates to these IoT devices. Security is less of a concern on your, let's say, iPhone or MacBook Pro, but in these, the number of gadgets that are hitting our homes on a daily basis is sort of really increasing. And some of the real vulnerabilities in security have to do with the IoT devices, these little, low-cost cameras you might be picking up, what have you. And that's where understanding the behavior and psychology, if you will, of these devices by way of understanding their patterns and behavior, we think some of the next generation of modern security solutions, that's what the next generation of modern security solutions will be based on, all around behavior and sort of pattern analysis.
What about artificial intelligence? Are you working towards any sort of machine learning that will help you build a stronger artificial intelligence based network?
Absolutely. That's all in the context of cloud. By way of our cloud approach, we have effectively infinite amount of compute and infinite amount of compute and storage capability. We can deploy things at massive scales. We see devices or these endpoints in massive scale. And we apply a lot of artificial intelligence and machine learning type algorithms to not only optimize the network performance based on what the device is, where it is in your home, and what it's doing, but also understanding the behavior of these devices enables us to figure out their patterns as it relates to connectivity to the outside world. So if we detect anomalies, we can take the camera, for example, offline, we can block the traffic, and so on. So there's a lot of AI and machine learning type technologies, in addition to massively scalable cloud infrastructure that we're implementing to meet the needs of the modern consumer.
Broadband access has typically involved closed networks. Why did Plume decide to open source its platform, and what advantages might that offer?
Right. Moving forward, we believe the competitive advantage of people who are offering us services in the home will reside in their ability to curate, deliver, and scale these solutions faster than their competitors. We think that having an open platform approach, which enables the ecosystem to contribute to innovation in addition to just us or the partners that we're dealing with, will accelerate time to market and scale. So we have recently open sourced the device software stack, which will enable the ecosystem to take that code, to modify that code, and contribute it back to the community. It's called OpenSync. We have attached a BSD3 open source license to it, which means anybody can not only access the code, but they have the right to modify the source code. The only requirement is that if you modify the source code, you're supposed to be bringing it and giving it back to the community. We think that's going to really accelerate the pace of innovation, adoption as it relates to creating a foundation for the modern, for the delivery of modern home, which is largely Wi-Fi in the home.
Digital health continues to be an emerging topic. How does Plume help families monitor and manage their time online?
Well, I mean, there is two elements of it. One is sort of management and control of time online, particularly as it relates to our children. The Plume technology, we have very unique sort of access control mechanisms that enables parents to control and manage access. That is a key area. But I would also like to add that I think instead of being sort of control freaks with our kids, what we're encouraging the parents to do is to be an example. So if we're going to be limiting the kids on internet or what have you during homework time, I think we should lead by example by limiting ourselves. And I think we have this ability through the Plume app to share who is doing what inside the family. And I believe parents like myself can really lead by example. And that's one unique element we're bringing to the equation.
All right. As we move into 2019, what IoT and cloud trends do you see developing?
Well, IoT and cloud trends everything is effectively moving in that direction. We currently see about 12 devices, connected devices in the home. Looking at the patterns and looking at what we're predicting, that's probably going to be 20 or so devices in not too distant future. That is an explosion, and some experts are saying it might be 50 devices within the next 3-4 years. That explosion really brings in the need for cloud management of these devices. You will not be able to, without a significant amount of compute and storage resources that are required to manage, optimize, connect, and secure these devices. Without the cloud, I don't think it really works.
Fahri Diner, co-founder and CEO of Plume. If somebody wants to connect with you, how can they do that?
Well, we're on social, we're everywhere else, but I would suggest going to plume.com. Through plume.com, anybody can write to us, contact us, and see our links to social media. So I would recommend going there.
Thanks again. And if you guys want to find more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or go to tonyahall.net. I've got links to all my social sites. Thanks for watching.